Sometimes we don't understand how much we appreciated or valued something until it's gone. And until it's outside of our lives and there's a space where that thing used to be, and we think, man, I just want to return to normalcy. I want to go back to how things were, to baseline. And there's a million practical examples of that. Health is an easy one. Physical fitness. You hurt your knee and you're a runner. Man, 2 weeks for this to heal? I just want to be able to do what I did yesterday. For me, I used to get crazy migraines, right? And I'd wake up some days and wouldn't be able to open my eyes. And I'd just be in bed okay, clear the schedule. And I'd be thinking, I can't wait for normalcy to feel how I felt yesterday. People coming and going. Man, I loved this person. I missed this person. Yesterday when they were here, I didn't think anything of it. That return to normalcy. There's a saying that a healthy person wants 1,000 things. A sick person wants only one. And I think it speaks to the world that exists just beyond our periphery. It's very hard to see the good because human beings are wired to focus on the negative. To avoid pain, to avoid suffering, to avoid loss, we're wired for safety. Negativity bias. That scenario, 2 people at dinner, 99 times, it's the best dinner they've ever had. They go to the restaurant all the time, they rant and rave about it. But on the 100th time, there's a cockroach on the plate. Now what? That dinner is forever tainted as the cockroach place. The negative thing outshines everything else. And in a way, that's how we are wired. We don't wake up every day and go, man, I'm so lucky. Think about how much I have. Think about how good life is. No, we don't appreciate or value things so much of the time until they are gone. And there's something that, as I've learned over the last couple of years, is gravely missed. And that thing is perspective. How do I get perspective? Gratitude. It forces you to appreciate how much you have in a way that, in the cyclical, fast-paced nature of life, you just wouldn't. You would skip it. And so what do I mean when I say gratitude? Here's the beauty, nothing crazy. Very simply put, carving out time to say what's on your mind, to say what you appreciate, to look around and go, yeah, I'm grateful for that. I'm excited about the things I have to do for work today. How lucky am I that I get to do what I love for work? Or that there's people that I know if I call them, they'll pick up on the other end and I can have a conversation with them. The people I get to work with, family, friends, that's insane. That's crazy. That's such a beautiful thing. Living here, shelter, food, things that we never think about, particularly being in the Western world. There's not power outages every hour, right? But that's not the case for everyone. It's a blessing. And, it can come across as corny and cliche, but what I've learned is it's not. It's truly armor. Because when you inevitably hit those challenges and those obstacles, they just seem smaller when you're grounded and understand how much you have and how lucky you are and who's around you and how far you've come. Life is a perspective game, and so you have to manufacture that perspective. It's not what exists, it's how you see what exists. And I'm going to give you an example. So let's say I had a partnership with a social media company, and I'm super excited about this partnership. So locked in. Love the brand, love their story, and I want to take that and inject, my creativity into it and create lots of awesome content and create a campaign and just do all these things. And it's this is going to be amazing. And then I find out, for whatever reason, not happening, right? Parties can't agree, whatever it is, done. So naturally, the rug's pulled out from under my feet. I'm going to feel disappointed. Gonna feel sad, gonna feel lost, gonna feel like, I had it all figured out and now I don't. That little cycle of thing. Now take that exact same scenario. But before I find out the news, I'm outside, my notebook's open, and I'm spending 5 minutes talking about or thinking about how lucky I am to be able to tell these stories, to be able to help people, to be able to connect with an incredible community, to be able to call friends and family when I need to be part of a team, to live where I live, all these things, right? Sigh, smile, close the notebook, walk inside, and then I find out, yeah, Eddie, that partnership's not happening. Okay. It seems way less monumental when it's put next to the thoughts that I just documented on that page. You know, I love what I do and I have the ability to do more of it, so who cares? Learn and move on. Right? That perspective is everything. It's so much of life I find, and it's why obviously I'm so fascinated with mindset, is because our external reality is so often predicated by how we think, the stories we tell ourselves, how we position ourselves to walk through chaos and the unknown. Someone sent me, I think it was from Brad Lee, a little video of him speaking, and he says, you know, how many of you want $1 million? Everyone wants $1 million. Okay, what would you do for $1 million? People would do a lot. They'd give up a lot. $1 million would be a real nice thing. Okay. What if I'd give you $1 million, but tomorrow you wouldn't wake up again? No one wants that. No one would take the money. Couldn't use it, right? Which, by default, means every morning when you open your eyes, it is worth more than $1 million. It's worth more than any sum of money. It's invaluable. Yet we are not wired to think that way. We don't get out of bed in the morning and go, what a gift. We get out of bed and go, what do I have to do today? What's on the agenda? What's the plan? How long till I have to go to work? Right? And it's this reframing of life that positions us not only to be more content, but also to experience more of life. So I scream from the rooftops about practicing gratitude because that perspective shift, again, has been armor for me. It's given me so much momentum and clarity as I push through life. And I want to share that with you and you know, offer or suggest that you do the same. And the beauty is it's so simple and it's so quick and it doesn't need to be complex. You don't need anything fancy or any tools. You just need to close your eyes and think for 2 minutes. And that little internal dialogue, you know, will become pretty powerful as you make your way through life.